So the king made a proclamation all through the land, and he said, whoever kills the fierce and wicked dragon shall have the hand of my daughter Isabel in marriage. Now, you probably think it's very funny that the king only offered the hand of his daughter, but you see, there was a very good reason for this, because her hand was about the only thing worth looking at. So anyway, one day a handsome prince came riding up, and he said to the princess, and then one day, guess who came into town?
The tinker.
The tinker. Well, the tinker was very dirty and dusty from the road because, as you know, tinkers have to walk everywhere. And he was covered in old pots and pans, and he clanked and he clattered as he walked. And he always sang a funny little song. But the kind prince, he took pity on him, and he gave him a meal, and he bought one of his pots, even though he didn't need one of his pots.
'Cause he's got an old pot.
And so the tinker stood before the prince, and he said, Sire, you have suffered for us all, and your kindness and unselfishness will be rewarded. So the prince laughed, and he said,
My shoe's got an hole in it.
My shoe's got an hole in it. No, he didn't. Why didn't you stop indoors and watch the television?
Nothing on, just some bloke telling kids a story.
Oh, well, I hope he's doing better than me. So, the prince said to the tinker, he said, Old man, what reward can you give to me when the whole world knows that the greatest reward I could possibly have is a beautiful wife? So the tinker said, your wife sleeps. Take the pot I've given you, rub it with your right hand, and then close your eyes, and then go and wake the princess. Then when he'd said that, the tinker seemed to disappear. So the prince thought. So he took the pot, and he rubbed it with his right hand, then he closed his eyes, and he went to look for the princess. But of course his eyes were closed, and he walked clean off the battlements and fell into the moat. He fell into them. So, anyway, the princess turned into a beautiful woman, because, as you've probably guessed, this was no ordinary tinker. This was the magic tinker who comes to us all occasionally in our lifetime and makes our dearest wish come true. That is the end.
What time will he be coming then?
Who?
The tinker.
Ah, well, he can't come just like that. I mean, he's always waiting to come to you. But then, of course, you've got to be very good and want something really badly, and then he'll come.
I hope he hurries up. We've got to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Ah, well, love, you see, the tinker may not come at all. You see, the tinker is really symbolic. He's an allegorical figure who represents our innermost thoughts.
Yes, but what time will he come?
I don't know why I offer to look after you every night. You don't appreciate it.
Oh, we do!
All right, thank you, my darling. It's all right. Now, come on, it's time we were all in bed. Come on.
Not till 9 o'clock. The tinker might come. You promised us last night he would.
I didn't promise you. I said he might come tonight, that's
You
all.
said that every night.
Well, the tinker's got a long way to come, you know. He's got to come all the way from Gurney land.
Where is Gurney land?
Gurney land? Well, Gurney land's anywhere. It's where anything can happen. It's up here in your mind, in your head. Like, you know, when you're lying in bed asleep and you think you can play football better than Stanley Matthews, eh? He knows, you see. Or when you're running faster than anybody else in the world. That's it. Or you've dreamt that you're a film star. That's Gurney land. Or when you play a violin.
Or singing.
That's it. Or singing, yeah. Everybody's got a beautiful voice in Gurney land. Now, close your eyes, Pauline. Right. Now, can you see yourself singing? Eh? You've got a beautiful voice. Can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it. I can't hear it.
Well, that's because you're not in Gurney land. Now, listen. All close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now, can you hear Pauline's beautiful voice? I'm glad you all joined in, children. That sounded very nice. The choir was in very good voice, wasn't it?
Yes. I think I was the best.
If you think you were the best, then you were the best.
He wasn't the best real, only in Gurney land.
Ah, but that's the wonderful thing about Gurney land. Because we're all the best in Gurney land. Gurney land's the most wonderful place in the whole world.
Come on in here. Yes, this is the best place. thought you said you knew where there was some more whiskey. What you bring me to this place for? Come on, let's go back to the party.
No, Albert, it's all right. You don't have to worry. Nobody will know. Oh, and look. Oh, isn't there a beautiful moon? Oh, and you? And me?
Yes, well, I do think we should go back to the party, Veronica. I mean, you're a nice girl and all that, but you see, I'm the best man, and I've got to read all the telegrams, you know.
Yes, but Albert, listen. Come and sit down. Just for a minute. There. Oh, now we can have a little bit of fun. Oh, just a little bit. Just. Oh, Albert.
Here. Have they come to play Postman's Knock?
Albert, come.
She has, but I don't think he has.
Oh, I say, Albert. It was most dreadfully nice of you to stick up for me back in there.
Yeah, well, as it happens, that fella took a diabolical liberty with you, you know. No man's got the right to say a girl's face looks like the back of a bus. I mean, even if it's true.
Listen, I don't want you to think I was encouraging him. Oh, no. As a matter of fact, it was because I wouldn't let him get fresh.
Oh, I see.
Oh, but Albert, I've always preferred you.
Yes, yes. Well, I do think we should go back and read the telegrams.
Of course, if she was beautiful, it would be different. He'd be all over her. Or even if she thought she was beautiful.
Like in Gurneyland.
Like in Gurneyland, yeah. Wait a minute. You give me an idea. Would you mind closing your eyes, please? And you? Veronica's beautiful, isn't she? She's a right darling.
Is she?
Oh, yes, go on.
Her lips are red and warm.
Yeah.
Her figure is soft and alluring.
Yeah.
She moves with such grace that no man can resist her. All men desire her.
I think I could stand a chance with her if I put on the charm.
She has the kind of body and the kind of personality that make all men want to be alone with her.
Yes.
And now, Albert, you are alone with her.
Veronica. Oh.
So that's why you brought me out here. Well, really, I'm sorry, but you got hold of the wrong sort of girl. Oh, dear, you, Ben, you're all the same.
But Veronica, I love you. You're so beautiful.
Really, Albert, if only you knew how ridiculous you look standing there with that balloon. Oh, come on, take me back to the party.
Yeah, but you said we could stay out here and have a bit of fun and all that, you know.
But, Albert, a beautiful woman can't tie herself down to one man. I mean, I've got to think of all the others. They need me as well.
Veronica! Veronica! You beautiful girls, you're all the same. Don't love nobody except your own beauty. Rotten lot. Here. What happened? I've only had a couple. I sat down, I closed my eyes, and suddenly she was the most beautifulest girl in the whole world. And we were all on our own. And I've got nothing to show for it. Somehow something went wrong. I wonder what it was.
We know what it was, don't we?
You should have waited for the tinker to come. He would have done it properly. Look at that poor man. Can I have your balloon?
Yeah, you might as well. I don't feel like waving a balloon about.
You wait till the tinker comes.
What tinker?
I've just been telling the children a fairy story about a magic tinker who comes to us all once in our lifetime. Of course, he's not a real tinker. He's just a symbolic tinker, you realise. I just used it as an expression of good and bad in our subconscious. Our Gurney land.
What time does he get here?
There's one at every wedding. As I've just told you, there's no such thing as the tinker. It's just, I made it up. It's a figment of my imagination. Just an example of good and bad over evil.
I'll sell you a pot or a pan. If you don't want a pot, 'cause you've got a lot, I'll sell you a pan if I can. Hello. How long are you going to be here? Bit late for you kids to be up, isn't it?
It's very good of you to come here to see us, Mr. Tinker.
Yes, well, I usually come here for a doss down when I'm in the district. Didn't expect it to look like Paddington Station.
They've been waiting all week to see you. Say hello to Mr. Tinker. Go on.
Evening, Chap.
What are they waiting for me for?
Well, they've been very good all week, and they were hoping you'd do some magic for them.
Magic? Do you mean conjuring? I don't do no conjuring. I believe I do a bit of a song and a dance when I've had a few, but no conjuring.
No, I don't mean conjuring. I was telling the children about that very clever bit you did with the ugly woman. I think it was very clever.
It wasn't me. I wasn't anywhere near Paddington. I was doing casual labour in Brighton, and I can prove it. Look, mate, I've had a very hard day. I came here for a quiet bit of shut-eye, and I don't want to get mixed up in any kids' fun and games.
But the children won't go to sleep until you've done some magic. They know you're the Tinker. Children have an extrasensory perception, you know.
Well, I haven't got an extra what's-her-name, and I can't do no magic. If I could, I wouldn't be here now.
But you are here now. And all the way from Gurney land, too. Aren't you tired? Let me have it.
Gurney land? Where's Gurney land?
Gurney land?
Thought so.
Please, Mr. Tinker, just do a little magic for the children, would you? Couldn't you take something out of your magic pot?
Magic pot?
Yeah, that one. Oh, look at that. A lovely little rabbit. Isn't that lovely? Look, a little white one. Look at his ears waggling. He's sweet. Here you are, Melanie.
Thank you.
Little white rabbit. All right? Ah, look at that. A budgerigar in a cage.
What colour is it?
Blue.
Ah, here we are. Pauline, for you.
Thank you.
A French poodle.
Oh, isn't that lovely? That's for Geneva. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Cheers. We want to go to Gurney land. We want to go to Gurney land.
Where is this Gurney land?
Well, it should be easy for you to get there. All you got to do is rub your magic pot.
I thought it would be. Look, I'm new at this sort of game, and I don't want to do anything drastic yet. You rub the pots.
Me rub the pot? All right. Now, children, you've got to be in bed shortly, but we'll just take a quick trip to Gurney land, right? Right, now all close your eyes. Close your eyes, Mr. Tinker. That's it. Kids? Mr. Tinker? Kids? Mary? Oh, what? And they're supposed to be in bed by 9 o'clock. Where have they all gone? 25 kids, a tinker and a best man just don't disappear into thin air. I mean, they must be here somewhere. But there's not even a clue. Hello? Little Mary's left her teddy bear behind. What's this? They've gone to Gurney land. But of course. I told them Gurney land was in my mind, and that's where they've gone. They're all in there. But I can't leave them in there. Those kids have got to be up early in the morning. I mean, they've all got paper rounds. I'll have to go into my mind and get them. But how? I mean, you can go out of your mind, but how do you go into your mind? I'll start by closing my eyes. No. Then I won't know where I'm going. I know what I'll do. I'll just let my mind wander and then I'll follow it. Here it goes. So this is what it looks like. It's quite a big mine, isn't it? But they always said I had a big head. Hello? Anybody about? Well, it's not a dirty mine anyway. Gotcha, little Tommy. Now, where are the rest of them?
They're having a smashing time.
Well, are they? Well, they're not running around in my mine. Come on, we've got to go home.
We're not coming. We're stopping here. We can do anything we like. I'm going to be a train driver.
Listen, Tommy, listen. Now, when I said Gurney land is in your mind, I didn't mean my mind. I meant you got a mind of your own, haven't you?
We like yours best. It's got more in it. Let me go. My train's waiting.
Tommy, come here. Tommy, get off that train. Tommy.
Hello, here. Have you got a young lady called Veronica running through your mind?
There are hundreds of ladies running through my mind. They daren't walk. I don't remember a Veronica, though. Why don't you try the memory room down there?
That's a good idea.
Tommy, I'll get you for this. I've a good mind. That's your trouble, man. You've got a good mind. Who are you? Who am I? What do you think these are, kiss curls? I am the wicked side of your nature. I didn't know I had one. You putting me on. We've all got a wicked side. Who do you think put that fly in that spider's web last week? Was that you? Well, it was the me in you. You're dead evil. Thank you. It's very nice to know I'm appreciated. You know, man, I could get rid of these kids for you in about 5 seconds, if you'd let me take over. I don't think I could trust you. Thank you again. You see, your trouble, Daddy, is that you like children. You should hate them. Why don't you think they're little monkeys? Why? Because then they'd change into little monkeys, and then they'd have to get out of here because there's nothing for little monkeys to do. I can't change them into monkeys. Some of them come from very good families. Please yourself, man. Can you imagine what it's going to be like up here with a head full of kids? No more women, Daddy, that's for sure. Bed by 9 o'clock. This kind of life could ruin you. Well, what do you suggest? How about a really nasty mind? Those kids couldn't stay long in a nasty mind. How can I get a nasty mind? We could open up a strip club. Little drinking after hours. Girls. We could have a ball, man, a ball. I absolutely refuse.
Here.
Yes?
You've just remembered where Veronica is.
Oh, have I? I wonder if she's got the kids with her. Now listen, you. Don't you... How can I work for such a nutcase?
Excuse me, please. Have you a honeymoon room here?
Try the common sense room. I don't use it a lot.
Come.
Granted. This place gets more like a railway station every day. You could easily develop a very good, nasty mind, you know. Why don't you go and see one of those French films? There's one on at the Rexy this week. Do you remember looking at the pictures outside? And they only show the decent bits. Now look, I refuse to be corrupted just because a lot of people haven't got a mind of their own and choose to use mine instead. It's nearly 9 o'clock and I've got to get those kids back somehow. You think you got troubles, Daddy? Look in the depression room.
Come in.
Why'd you have to get yourself involved with a bunch of screaming kids? Haven't I got enough trouble? Haven't I got enough to worry about the atom bomb and the English football team? Do I worry about those? Well, somebody's got to, haven't they? And another thing, you're smoking too much. You've had a pain in your back for weeks, you know that. A pain in your back. It'll very likely be your kidneys. But will you go and see a doctor? Oh, no, of course not. You'd sooner worry, wouldn't you? And another thing, I've just heard from your ulcer. It's getting an ulcer. And another thing, you'll have to go up these women. Here, come back here when I'm talking to you.
And I worried about a few missing children.
There's a great scene in this film where this French bird's in the bedroom, you see, and this fella comes in. I tell you, it had this lot out of here in no time. It's disgusting. There will be no French film. These kids will soon get homesick and they'll want to go back to their mums and dads, and I shall...
Hope you don't mind, but I thought Mum and Dad along too.
Oh, you have you? Well, you can think 'em out again. This is not a holiday camp.
But Tommy Johnson, he brought his Aunt Ada and his grandma as well. We're going to see the show.
Strawberries, ripe strawberries. As I was traveling to Strawberry Fair, singing buttercups and daisies, I met a maiden taking her ware-for-the-day. Her eyes were blue and golden her hair, as she went on to Strawberry Fair. Rifle, rifle, told a riddle-I-do. Rifle, rifle, told a riddle-dee. Kind sir, pray pick of my basket, she said, singing buttercups and daisies. My cherries ripe, or my roses red for the day. 'Tis not to seek such perishing ware, said I to her at Strawberry Fair. Rifle, rifle, told a riddle-I-do. Rifle, rifle, told a riddle-dee. I want to purchase a generous heart, singing buttercups and new jars a ton that is neither nimble or smart for the day. Oh, the price I offer, my sweet pretty maid, a ring of gold on your finger displayed. Oh, rifle, rifle, for the riddle-I-do. Rifle, rifle. Strawberries, ripe strawberries. I should have thought that would have driven them out. Funny. I always had the impression I sang better than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, for my first bit of magic, I will produce an elephant from this little pot.
Stop! Look here. Excuse me. Listen. There will be no elephants produced in my mind. What right have you to produce magic in my head? Would you mind?
But I can only produce it here. This is Gurney land.
Oh?
Can't do it anywhere else. Besides, I'm topping the bill. I'm the star.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree with me that my mind has become just a little overcrowded. Now, look, I'm very happy that you've all come here today, and I hope you've had a very pleasant stay. But I think you'll agree with me that it's getting so that I shan't be able to think of anybody else. There isn't the room. Thank you. Would you please put me down? Put me down, Jumbo. Please. Children, I think it's time we all went home, don't you? Would you put me down? Is that your final answer? You refuse to go? Very well. You've made up my mind for me, and now you'll have to lie in it. Thank you. But nobody else is coming in. And no more elephants, right? Now look, if any of you have left any friends or relatives in the outside world, I'm afraid they'll have to stay there. I hope you'll all be very happy here.
You don't use that common sense room much, do you?
Where did you say that film was? It's at the Rexy. It's the original French version. You don't need any subtitles. They're distracting. He is a nut.
It's wonderful to be out of my mind again.
Nothing to do with us. We're just going to see a French film.